Hi folks, today we're going to take a look at Long Island Audits, and well, let's see him be a total Karen when he gets trespassed from the courthouse, and then complains to the sheriff because, well, the judge's order violates his constitutional rights, when it really doesn't. That being said, I also want to thank and welcome all of my new subscribers. I also want to thank and welcome all of my future subscribers. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. We have a Discord page, a Facebook group, and on the Discord page, we interact, become friends, and I also have movie nights there. That being said, let's jump into this video and enjoy, shall we?
Today we're at the Douglas County Judicial and Law Enforcement Center here in Lawrence, Kansas. We are here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it.
Alright, so we just passed through the metal detector over there. Let's take a look around.
You're gonna have to turn off you can't record in the courthouse.
Oh, I'm not in a courtroom or anything.
No, the courthouse. This whole building
Why?
is part of the courthouse, and you can't record.
Is that a law?
No, it's the judge's order.
I don't understand.
I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Well, it's quite simple. I'll clarify it for you. You see, most courthouses don't have enough conference rooms or office spaces for the attorneys to talk to their clients, so sometimes they have to talk to them in the hallway. And they're trying to give them some privacy, even though it's an open space, stopping you from going around with your camera and your microphone, trying to pick up on information that, one, doesn't concern you, and two, could be detrimental to their case, really does hurt them. But the real question is this: why are you in Kansas? I thought you were from Long Island. I thought you lived there. Did you move to Kansas? Did you suddenly buy property there and now you're a taxpayer and just trying to inspect your courthouse? Or is it that you're trying to make a YouTube video for clicks and views? Be honest.
Always a judge's order. Citizen Review Board over here. Law Library. We need a citizen's review on this order, apparently, from the judge.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
I don't understand why judges have so much power.
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm just taking some pictures and video of the publicly accessible areas here.
Okay. Have you been told that the judge's order is no recording in the courthouse?
She went, you guys are deputies? Mm-hmm. Another deputy went to go try and find me the order.
Okay.
So I'm waiting on her to come back.
Perfect. So,
We're told that you can't film there. We clearly saw that. And she was so kind enough to go and get you a copy of the judge's order, but yet you didn't want to wait. You still had to go and walk around instead of trying to, I don't know, be a responsible adult and follow directions. I mean, we all learned that when we were in kindergarten. Didn't you?
Yeah.
cool.
What was your name, sir?
Chase Coleman.
Chase Coleman?
Yep. What's your name?
Oh, my first name's Sean. Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you, Sean.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm just taking some pictures and video here. What? It doesn't apply to the judge's, courtroom. It's to the entire, even the publicly accessible areas of the building.
So, my understanding of, based off Judge McCabery's order, is
And who is
anywhere
that?
past that? Judge McCabery.
And is that like the
He's
chief
the
admin?
chief judge here.
The chief judge here?
Is it applies to anything past that security checkpoint. Here on the floor is with the courtrooms, so.
Adelaide is starting to do much.
And the second floor, isn't this also like the sheriff's office?
That's
Yep.
upstairs.
Upstairs in the lobby.
Oh, okay, upstairs. Gotcha. I
Like
thought it was a
a window
dual
there.
purpose building.
Yeah. Used to actually be PD here as well, but they moved out, so it's just sheriff's office now.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It used to be PD here as well. I just came from the. I'm an independent journalist. Like I said, my name is Sean. I just came from the courthouse, which I find funny because all the courtrooms are in here.
Over there?
Yeah,
The old courthouse.
The old courthouse. Yeah, I just came from the old courthouse. They gave me a tour and everything, and I didn't think it was gonna be a big deal to record in the public. I don't want to go into any sort of restricted areas or any courtrooms or anything to record.
Sure,
Just
yeah.
document the historical, nature of the building. And
Well, it's a fairly modern building, so I don't know what historical events or historical architecture are you looking at. I mean, it's a fairly modern building from the outside. It's fairly modern on the inside. I mean, I'm not saying anything that's really going to change that. But is it that you're there just so you can try to film and get told not to, and then get a lawsuit up the deal so you can waste everybody's time and become a vexatious litigant, hopefully one day?
disseminate that to the public. That's what I'm trying to do here, which is my First Amendment right. So that's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for her to come back to see.
Hey Sean, so thanks for your patience, man. I just kind of double checked up with that other deputy. She is grabbing the order, they just had to print one off, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, just waiting, yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of saw you were waiting, so I figured I'd just fill you in so you knew a little bit more about what's
Okay,
going
so
on.
they're printing out the judge's order?
Yep, and I'll
Okay.
bring it up here so you can see it.
All right, thank you.
Man, these these sheriffs are friendly and they're cooperative and they're trying to do the right thing and help you out, but I have a feeling that you're going to disrespect them somehow, probably at the end of the video.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Mm-hmm.
This is the correct order, it's just the old judge, so I'm not going to act on an order with an old judge's signature. So. Right.
You said that's the order?
Well, this is an old order, but I mean, I'm not going to act based off of this, just with an old signature.
Oh yeah, for a judge that's not even here anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're not,
for sure.
So.
For sure. That's probably the smartest move you ever made. No, just kidding. But definitely, I appreciate that. I would, if a current judge signed it, then we could have a discussion, and then, whatever happens.
Pretty
happens.
much, so
Mm-hmm.
I get what you're doing, you're out doing what you need to be doing. So.
Yeah, just out, exercising my constitutional rights, sir.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
all I'm
Hey, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
doing. Yep. The same ones, and it's always so funny to me because it's the same, or ironic, I should say, because it's the same ones that each and every one of you that are looking for this judge's orders took an oath to uphold, right? So I can't wait to see the judge's order because normally it's usually inside the courtroom, but even if it is inside the hallways or something, that would be unconstitutional. But we would, I want to see the order first. I don't even know if it exists. So I'm
Shenanigans. I'm calling shenanigans here. If the chief judge signs an administrative order saying no recording in the hallways as well as the courtrooms, that does not violate the Constitution. Now, if it was to specifically target out certain individuals, certain groups, or certain races, then yes, I can see it being an unconstitutional order. But since it's everybody has to follow it, even the judge has to follow it, does not mean it's unconstitutional.
I'm not gonna debate an order that I don't even know if it exists.
Well, and I'm not one of those guys who's going to chase you around the building and try to grab your phone.
Yeah.
Perfectly
We could
paper and take our
de-escalate. Exactly. There's no need for it to get out of control. I'm not obviously.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's no need for de-escalation right now. I mean, the 4 deputies that have talked to you about this judge's order have been kind, courteous, and polite to you. Now, the only way I see them having to de-escalate a situation is if you caused it to become a more hostile situation. I mean, what else is there? I mean, they've done everything but, make you a cup of tea and give you a couple of biscuits.
Threat to you or anyone here, that.
Yep.
We're just waiting to see some documentation, then we can
Go forward from there.
Exactly.
Okay. So, thanks for your patience, Sean.
Sure.
Obviously, I understand you were standing up here for a while.
Yeah.
So we have a signature from Judge Sally Picorni, Division 2, that courtroom right there. Signed today, courtroom, local rule 1. That's the one that's posted on the doors that says recording inside the Judicial Center is prohibited without prior permission of the court. This includes audio and video by any means. According to this does refer to the whole building, including the hallways.
So the old building.
No, this is this building, the JLEC.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I will ask you to stop your phone, stop your recording.
Okay. And
I can get you a copy of this.
Yeah,
Want a
that's
signed copy.
Oh yeah, because you just got it signed right now, didn't
Correct,
you?
yeah.
It's
Okay.
been in order, but we didn't have a signed judge's.
I mean, how could it be in order, respectfully, if
It's
no
a
judge
judge's
is
order, but
Well, the chief judge made it in order. He signed it in. He signed it in to be in effect. So, without the judge's signature on it, it couldn't be an order they could enforce in the first place. But what they're telling you is they couldn't find a copy with the judge's current signature on it. So what did? They found a copy and got a judge to sign it. But let's find out a little bit more why they had another judge sign it, which will be answered very shortly.
we couldn't, at the moment, find a signed one. So that's,
So you guys took
it's
this
been
and
in
got it
order.
signed. Is this the chief administrative judge?
No, it is not.
He's not
out.
available, but he has ordered, if he's not available, another judge can order it. If you look at the front door, it's out there.
Yeah.
It just
No, it's
wasn't
a signed.
signed.
Yeah.
Boom. Roasted.
And I would prefer to have a signed one.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
that's why we got
So
that.
this order right here, it doesn't supersede the United States Constitution, does it, or our rights? Doesn't, right?
This order just says you cannot.
Because you guys are law enforcement, that's not a law.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Judge's order.
a judge's order.
Correct.
Correct.
In violation of that is contempt of court, which is illegal in the state of Kansas.
Yeah, I understand that. So contempt.
But do you really, though? I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree. That judge's order is not a law on the books. However, it is a judicial order for that courthouse, which is also a policy. But yet, that's not a law. But yet, you guys, and I say that using that, you frauditors, always demand, well, it's their policy to ID. It's their policy to identify. But yet, if that's policy and not a law, why should they have to do it? I mean, it's not a law. So using your own logic against you guys, they don't got to do the whole names and badge numbers anymore, should they? Are you just doing this just so you can flex, though? I think that's the real case here.
Contempt of court for exercising a constitutional right,
For specifically recording within this building.
which is a constitutional right of news
And you
gathering
need
as an
to address
independent
that with
journalist.
Judge
Well,
McCabe,
you
he's
can
the one who
see-
ordered that.
Well, no, this
Without
this
prior
is the
permission
judge
of the
that
court.
ordered it over here.
She's
So-
doing it on his behalf.
She's signing for him.
On
She's
his
a
behalf,
judge of
which
this
she can
building.
do.
If you want to record, you said you were an independent journalist, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will the judge
Easiest
that just
solution
signed
to
that speak to me?
Well, I don't know.
I'll take off the camera if I speak to the judge and find out what is the meaning behind
Their
this order.
office is right over there, but I would like to explain something to you real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Just kind of clear it up.
Yeah.
We do have media come in here, media records in here, media take pictures in the courtroom, but they have to go through the administrative assistant first.
Yeah,
So,
and I would definitely understand taking pictures in the courtroom, 100%, that you would need prior permission. You know, I understand because that's usually the case everywhere. But as far as the hallways here, it doesn't seem to, why what's the issue with that? What is the reason behind it?
I'm not really here to
I just been
talk on
recording.
why the judge signed the order.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
here to
Do you guys?
Well, like I said at the beginning of the video, you know, some attorneys don't have office space. The courthouses don't have all the office space in the world for them. So sometimes they have to talk to their clients in the hallway. And they're just trying to give them a little bit of privacy. But you getting your camera up in somebody's face can violate that privacy and hinder somebody's case, which would cost taxpayers more money, which would cost people who are coming in to take care of, you know, simple matters, because they have to talk to their attorney in the hallway, and they have to say, Judge, we have to, you know, call for a mistrial because why? Some jackwagon with the camera was recording us while we were talking about sensitive information. Because that's why. It's not that hard to understand. You're just trying to turn a mountain out of a molehill.
Have a supervisor
Signed the order. So
available?
Our supervisor is in court right now. I mean, so
So there's no supervisor to speak to.
I'll go upstairs and see if there's one upstairs.
I would just like to speak to a supervisor, please, because, you know, if I have to, you know, it doesn't make sense that you're saying contempt of court for exercising a constitutional right. It just doesn't make sense to me that I would have to be subject to my freedom being taken from me just for simply recording.
Okay, Karen, I'll make it simple for you. They're not violating any constitutional law or constitutional rights. They're not taking away your freedom. The the ruling says, well, not ruling, I should say, but the order says this. Anybody who wants to take photos or video or record audio need to go through the courthouse administration, which means you go there and you ask for permission to do so. If they say yes, then you're free to do it. If not, and you continue to do it, you violate a judge's order, which would be considered contempt of court. That's like going into a courthouse, causing a scene, and when the judge says, hey, do it again, I'll put you in jail for contempt, and you still do it, you wonder why you're in jail. It's not that hard, and it's not that complicated to understand. I'm not even a law scholar like Chili DeCastro, but I can understand that.
What if I was secretly recording? You wouldn't even know. So, I don't understand. What's the problem with recording? I just don't get it.
I'm not here to talk about why the judges signed the order or why they didn't, but the judge did sign the order.
Yeah, just signed it right now.
Inside.
Just literally right now sign the order.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
And I asked you to stop recording after I had this order in my hand. So
but I haven't even seen the order.
Shenanigans once again. He had the order in his hands. He read it to you. He showed it to you. You're now just lying at this point. You don't want to stop recording because you know if you keep pushing it and pushing it, you can probably turn this into a frivolous lawsuit and get a cheap settlement out of court, which then raises the taxes of a county and a state that you don't even live in. Why? Because you don't want to get a real job. You don't want to contribute to society properly. You want to go and get these clicks and views for YouTube. For what reason, really? You're not a journalist. You've been told by a judge in Danbury, Connecticut. You specifically were told that you were not a journalist. So stop with that. You're only there to cause trouble and to ruin everyone else's day.
Thank you.
I don't know what that order exactly says. I have no idea.
So we'll get you a copy. Now, obviously, you're trying to assert your First Amendment rights, which I totally respect. I totally get. But on the other, side of the spectrum is we do have a signed judge's order saying no recording, which is why I'm here asking you.
So what you're basically saying is that a signed judge's order is more important to you than the United States Constitution. That's what you're saying,
That's
Deputy Coleman?
That's
exactly what you're saying right now.
I mean, you're putting words into my mouth. I'm saying that in this building, the judge signed an order. The judge has purview of the area of the courts, and they're saying no recording. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about your First Amendment rights. I understand you want to assert those, and I think that's great. I mean, I really do. Not even speaking from the uniform, just from me. I think that's great. But right now, the judges say no recording in this hallway.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean you can't go up to the second floor of the sheriff's office portion of it.
Or talk to the AA and, get an okay for a recording.
But I don't see why I would need an okay to exercise my rights.
We went over this twice. I'm not going over it a third time. But let's just say this. You're doing this just so you can try to annoy people. And just so you can try to say they violated your rights and get a cheap lawsuit. Because if you were really pressed and you really want to file a story as an independent journalist, you would follow the ethics of journalism. But you're not following any ethics of journalism. You're following the rules of YouTube and the guidelines of being a frauditor.
I wouldn't need one. Why do I need someone to tell me, okay, you're okay to exercise your rights now? You're cool. You're good to go. Exercise your rights peacefully, when I've been doing it for the last 30 minutes while I'm waiting for you guys to have this order signed. Mm-hmm. And there's been no interruption in court business, no problems. I don't understand. That's why I'm saying that I'm peacefully exercising my rights peacefully. Keyword is peacefully. And now, because you have an order that you just got signed, right? 5 minutes ago, you had it signed. Now you're going to be held in contempt of court if you don't stop recording.
So it was a signed order before that.
Here's a copy of that.
But it wasn't, because it was just signed.
Okay. Just because we didn't have a signed copy to give you at the moment doesn't mean it was not a signed order by the court. All the local courtrooms are available online. I mean, that's...
Boom. Roasted.
Yeah, but I mean, there was no signed court order until you went and got it signed from this judge over here. I literally...
Okay. One, it was already signed. If not, they could not enforce it. 2, they just wanted a signed copy for you. They weren't going to just enforce a blank one without a signature on it. So, thinking ahead, the chief judge had put in that any judge in the courthouse could sign on his behalf if they needed a signed copy of the current signed order. It's not that hard, and they told you that. There's a sign on the front door that told you that, apparently. But no, you didn't want to listen. You didn't want to read. You just wanted to make a scene. And so you can try to get all your followers to believe that they're breaking the law or they're violating your constitutional rights or some other reason that you're going to lie about something.
Really watched her bring the paper over there and have him sign it.
Okay, so she had that one signed. I feel like we're talking in circles here.
No, I don't want to talk in circles. Yeah, I'd rather just speak to a
signed
supervisor. That would be perfect if I can do that.
Okay.
If I could just speak to a supervisor, because at the end of the day, my freedom's on the line here. So I want to make sure that the Douglas County Sheriff's Office is very clear on what they're about to do right now, because, I mean, like I said, I hold those who violate my rights accountable, and so do the people that view my content and view my videos, and I disseminate this information.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Well, are you just trying to brag, or are you actually trying to intimidate him with the, viewer comment? Because it sounds like you're trying to intimidate him, like you're trying to make him bend to your will, instead of letting him do his job and enforce a judge's order, which was signed by the chief judge, which gave the directions to the other judges in the courthouse to sign that order if they needed to, just so they could have a signed copy on file. But no, that's not good enough for you. Why are you doing this? Why are you bringing up your viewers? It just seems like an intimidation factor that is not going to work.
To the public, and we hold those responsible for violating our rights accountable. That's what we do, and I'm letting you know ahead of time, that's what we do. We'll hold you and every other officer here accountable. Can I get your name, ma'am?
Okay.
Deputy Sweeney.
Sweeney?
Yep.
And you have a badge number?
610.
And your badge number? I didn't get that, sir.
635.
635, 610. And your name and badge number, sir?
Cruzel.
Oh, excuse me.
Deputy Cruzel, it's S534.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you being professional. And
I know the numbers.
do you know everybody's name and badge number?
Not everybody, but like the people I work with.
Okay, gotcha. No, I just want to know who I'm dealing with here. That's all.
No, and I mean, obviously, de-escalation, like you were talking about I try to keep things nice and casual.
Yep.
At this point, like I said, you're not threatening me right now, but we do have a judge's order. We gotta make sure everything's...
I'm just waiting for the supervisor at this point,
Yeah.
because she went to go get one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump ahead to get away from the dead air, but I'll post the original link to this video in the description box if you wish to see what I cut out.
You need to contact the administrative assistant, AA, for the division the hearing is being held in. So for this part right here, I don't want to record in a division. So I don't want to record a judicial proceeding like it says here. So it says I have to contact the administrative assistant for the division the hearing is being held in. So if I wanted to exercise my rights in the publicly accessible hallways of this building, what district is this? What division is the hallways?
4, because that's chief judges.
Division 4, District 4.
Well, it's fairly simple to understand. If you want to record there, all you have to do is go to the administrative assistant for that courthouse, which would be, District 4, as you said, and ask them for permission to film, which would grant you the access to film in the corridors, the hallways, maybe even some in the courtrooms. But I don't know. It just seems so easy for me to understand. Why is it so hard for you?
246, 277.
So this memo is specifically for First Amendment auditors on how the court wanted to handle these potential First Amendment auditors handled if they enter the Judicial Center. I provided Judge Macabria with several example videos of these audits. Hopefully she was showing some of my audits.
Come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
The auditors in this video are out of control with their contempt and disruption of court proceedings. It would take me 30 seconds to tell this person that they're in contempt, and if they don't stop the behavior and apologize, they will do a 24-hour sanction at the county jail. And if they don't comply, I would direct their arrest.
Well, it's cut and dry there. I mean, people go to court for very serious and very important business. I mean, why would you want to interrupt that? All that's going to do is waste more time and money for the taxpayers if this is a criminal proceeding. Or if it's a civil matter. That takes more time and money out of the taxpayers who have to pay to, take off work or pay for transportation or pay for a lawyer fee that they could probably couldn't afford a second payment on because of you guys being jackwagons. It's all cut and dry and clear. So that's why you'd get a contempt of court charge. And you probably would do good to get 24 hours of, understanding in a county jail.
This is not even close call in my mind. So Dale, do you know who Dale is, man?
That's our sergeant. He's not here today.
Oh, Dale's not your sergeant. I mean, Dale's your sergeant, but he's not here today.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sergeant Dale of the Douglas County Sheriff's Department here said that he would direct the arrest and wouldn't even be a close call. But he's also saying that they were disrupting the court proceedings. They don't stop their behavior. What does that mean? What behavior?
Well, since you've asked, I'll explain it. Behavior like what you're doing. They told you you couldn't film here. Judge's orders. If you would have said, I want to see those orders, and they explained it to you, and you were about your day, no problem. You're not breaking the law at that point. You're not breaking the judge's order. You're not going to get found in contempt. However, when you want to take the actions of DMA and his little merry band of frauditors, who 15 of them went to a municipality building in Colorado, tried to clog up their systems with frivolous FOIA requests, and 5 of them get arrested, that just proves a point of behavior that is uncooperative and disruptive to the court system. Or how about the time when we saw, but not very long ago, but probably about 2 years, an auditor and his girlfriend go to a courthouse and cause a scene. Or another auditor going into the juvenile section of a courthouse trying to film the children there. And then when he was told to leave, he started screaming and yelling. That kind of behavior.
Let me know. It needs to be changed at all.
Exercising constitutional rights is a bad behavior. Even if the judge were not present, the conduct towards the clerk is likely criminal activity. And then it cites a statute here, 21-5905, interference with judicial process. Also highlighted here, demonstrating in or near a building, housing, or judicial officer with intent to impede or obstruct finding, decision, ruling, order, judgment, or decree, or such judicial officer. Interesting.
All right. I'm Deputy Tyler Cruz. How are you today?
Hey, how are you?
Good. I have 2 options for you.
Mm-hmm.
This signed order basically says, and the judge just told me on body camera, she wants you removed. Okay?
I need to be removed from the courthouse?
Yes. So you have 2 options.
Yep.
You may leave. You're free to go. Or we arrest you for interference.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Get ready, everybody. He's about to do something stupid.
Nope. You're free to go. Turn around and you can use that exit there to leave.
I'll go up the stairs.
Okay. Have a good day.
No problem. So I can't ask you questions?
No, I'm going to escort you, so we're going to go together.
Oh, so what can I ask you some questions?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
What's the name of the judge?
Damn!
Are you exercising your Fifth Amendment rights, sir?
Yeah.
So what you're doing right now is escalating the situation.
Nope.
But yeah, just like you did before when you wouldn't identify yourself.
And I gave you my full name.
Yeah, after I asked you previously and you didn't identify yourself.
Sorry,
That's escalating the situation. What judge told you to remove me from the building under threat of arrest? I'm sorry?
Judge Picorni.
Picorni?
Mm-hmm. So she says that.
Or what would I be charged with?
Just consult an attorney because I can't give you legal advice.
I don't want your legal advice.
Okay.
It's horrible.
Well, you're free to go, or you can go upstairs, go to the sheriff's office side, but you can't come within this court area. Anything adjacent to.
What would I be arrested for?
Interference.
Interference with what?
Because I gave you a lawful order. So if you come back down in this hallway, you're going to be placed under arrest for interference.
Well, it seems very simple. Go there, get arrested. What are you gonna do, Shawnee?
Do you understand?
So even if I'm not recording,
Thank
I
you,
can't
sir.
come over there?
I
What if
think
I
you
stop
understand.
what if I stop recording? That's a fair question.
You can start recording. Absolutely.
What if I stopped recording and walked through this
Once
building?
you start recording again, I'm going to ask
So
you
if
to
I
leave.
stop recording, I can go into this area.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
so stupid, because what if I have secret glasses? What if I had a secret pen?
It's an order by the courts.
Yeah, and
you could be arrested for
Where's your
interference.
supervisor? I want to put a complaint
I
against
am the
you.
person in charge today.
What's you're not even a supervisor though. How are you in charge?
Doesn't matter. I was put in charge by a supervisor.
What's your
who
badge
was
number?
not
I need to get your body camera footage.
I don't necessarily have a badge number. My S number is 532.
532.
That's correct.
And you're
Cruzel.
Cruzel.
Kruzel.
I'll be getting your body. See the judge telling you. She told you on body camera, correct? The judge. Okay.
Okay. So thank you for your time.
Just
we appreciate
clarify.
like you said, we appreciate what you're doing.
No, you don't, because
But
you
the
just
court over
violated my
here
rights.
says that-
You just violated my
Well,
rights, and we're
she
going to hold you
just asked us to
accountable.
have you
The
removed.
people are going to hold you accountable.
So-
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Are violating my rights here
From the
today.
court portion of it.
Yeah,
You go
and
upstairs
do you
speak to
feel?
the sheriff's office.
Are you happy that you did that? Does that bring you some type of?
I'm not really, because
No.
you're kind of wasting all of our time.
What do you do normally? I don't see anybody in here. What do you
Have
do?
a good rest of your day, sir.
But what do you
if
do?
You come over here while recording, I'm going to arrest you for interference.
Yeah. Okay. You're a tyrant and a bully.
Have a good
You're a
day.
tyrant.
Thank you very much.
You know that? You're a tyrant.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
All these law enforcement officers here are all okay with people violating our rights. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
They didn't violate your rights. What they did was enforce a judge's order for the courthouse. They talked to another judge, and that judge told them on body cam that you only had the two options of either leaving or stop recording. And since you refused to stop recording, you had to go. And if you continued, you would be arrested for obstruction. It's not that hard to understand.
You took an oath to uphold the United States Constitution. You should take that seriously. Seriously, you should take it very seriously. And that judge, shame on the judge. Shame on that judge. Let's go upstairs and get the body camera footage. Bunch of tyrants in this building.
Hello, how are you?
No supervisor here whatsoever. How are you?
Good, how you doing? We asked for a supervisor?
Are you a supervisor, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just threatened to be arrested for I'm not causing a disruption. I have the memo here. It says interfering with an officer. That's what he said he would arrest me for, the deputy downstairs. I'm not causing any disruptions. I'm not doing anything. Simply recording peacefully my First Amendment right, freedom of press. That's it.
Shenanigans. That's not what he told you. He told you you would be charged for interfering with an official order because he was told by the judge, if you don't leave and stop recording, that they would have the right to arrest you for contempt of court. Now, since he told you to leave and you did, he's not arresting you. But if you would have stayed, he could have got you for obstructing government operations. So that's what he said. He didn't threaten you.
So I don't understand why I had to be removed.
Okay. What do you have here? Can I see it?
Yeah, sure. It's an internal memo that they gave me, and they had a judge sign it.
Oh. Okay.
That's not a court order. It's just the judge signing an internal memo. Apparently, a sergeant, said that about how dealing with First Amendment auditors.
Okay, I wasn't aware of any of this.
You're going to be held accountable for your actions. I promise you that. That's so sad. You had an internal memo signed by a judge.
The judge is asking that he
For what?
no longer in the court section.
But for what? For what? Am I disrupting anybody? Am I disrupting anyone?
You can videotape sheriff's side of the building, but courts
I'm not inside the courtroom.
want him just out of this area, down the courtroom. He can't be in the courtroom recording without there.
Yeah, but I'm not in the courtroom, and I didn't want to go. No, but I'm not disrupting any business. I gave him my copy already. I'm not disrupting any business. I'm not interfering with your carrying out your duties. I'm not doing anything illegal anyway. I'm documenting for the public consumption as a journalist.
You're not a journalist. You're a YouTuber. Get it right.
So you're telling me that a judge can just indiscriminately just kick people out. Next thing you know, it's for their skin color or because they don't like the way they look.
You are more than welcome to consult an attorney.
That's unconstitutional. I don't need to. I don't need to consult an attorney. I will file the lawsuit myself against Douglas County.
Excuse me, you're disrupting the elevator?
Yeah. No, I'm not. Clown.
Yes.
You heard me.
Be careful.
Keep going. Keep moving. Bunch of tyrants in this police department.
You and all the other frauditors don't know what real tyranny is. Till you go to a country where you can't say or do anything and your choices are picked for you, stop saying the word tyrant. Make it your New Year's resolution.
Disrupting the elevator. What a clown. We're getting all these body camera footage and we're gonna... Can I get your names and badge numbers, please?
Captain Bellinger.
Captain Belger. Thank you, Captain.
Captain O'Hare.
Captain O'Hare.
111.
111. Do you have a badge number, sir?
112.
112.
Let me go in there, do some checking real quick. Again, I don't work in court security. I don't know what's going on. I'm the patrol captain. So.
Yeah. Any one of these officers will tell you, just so you know, when you go, you're checking. Any one of these officers will tell you, I was being quiet, wasn't bothering anyone, didn't go anywhere near inside of a courtroom, didn't do anything illegal, didn't break any laws. Just.
Well, we're ending the video here. The cops go and they give him a IA packet because he wants to file a frivolous complaint against the officers for violating his constitutional rights, which they didn't do. He makes his baseless threats, as he always does, and he threatens to file a suit against the Douglas County sheriffs and the courthouse and the judge. Well, if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment. I apologize for the length of this video being longer than normal. It was just so much I had to work with. But with that being said, be well, be safe, and I'll see you all next time.